New Super Mario Bros. DS was a breath of fresh air when it came out back in 2006, and in pretty much all of the ads and TV promos, the Mega Mushroom was shown all the time. Look how big Mario gets, wow. But you know what they say? Size doesn't matter. Which is why today we are going to stay as far as we can from the Mega Mushroom, and instead we're going to rely on the Mini Mushroom. Can we beat the entire game in that form though? The rules are simple. We are going to be playing all 8 worlds in New Super Mario Bros. On the Nintendo DS, and we are going to try to remain Mini Mario at all times. This means we are not allowed to collect any power-up that could make us bigger, like a mushroom or a fire flower. While in the Mini Mario form, everything basically kills us in one hit, so we'll have to be super careful. Defeating enemies is more difficult, as we cannot simply jump on them anymore. Instead, we have to do a ground pound attack. The gravity also changes as Mini Mario, making you more floatier and allowing you to jump higher. Getting a Mini Mushroom is not possible from the very start, but you can easily get one in World 1-4 in that block there, so feel free to go back there to get more if you end up dying. Now that everything has been set, let's see if we can beat this game as Mini Mario only. Here we go. World 1-1 is a very easy level, and it is expected as it's the very first level in the game. This will allow you to get used to the new gravity and abilities, and you can always dodge coins while you're at it. 1-2 is an easy underground stage featuring a couple of tight spaces, but as Mini Mario, it's easy to fit anywhere you want to. Keep dodging the plants, Koopas, and Goombas, and you'll reach the end in no time. 1-3 contains a lot of spinning mushroom platforms, but it also introduces those springs that can make you float super high, and as you come down, Mario is going to slowly fall down, which is kinda cool. Watch for your jumps on the moving mushroom platforms and you'll be good. 1-Tower does contain a whole lot of moving blocks, and you'll want to watch out to avoid getting crushed in between those. Once you're at the top of the tower, you'll fight Bowser Jr. for the first time. This dude is a total joke. Just do a ground pound attack on his head 3 times and he'll be a goner. 1-4 is a very easy level, and remember that it is your go-to level if you need more mini mushrooms. 1-5 contains lots of those bouncing pink mushrooms. These things make you bounce super high, and this allows you to avoid touching most enemies on your path by being off screen. 1-Castle is up, and this stage does contain lava beneath you at all times, but there's always a floor, a block, or a rope that you can walk on. Just time your jumps to avoid getting game ended by the many things on your path, and you'll soon reach Bowser. And defeating him is really easy. All you gotta do is hop on that floating platform and then jump on the switch over there, and you did it. We have defeated Bowser and saved Princess Peach. No, actually, we haven't, okay? This was only World 1. 2-1 contains lots of pokies, and these spiky dudes must be avoided at all cost. Thankfully, the low gravity from being Mini Mario actually helps out a lot while jumping above them all. 2-2 is home of our best friend Lakitu, and he's back at it again with the spiny throws. You'll have to be careful and avoid all of the things he throws at you, and you'll be okay. 2-3 is a level that takes place in the sewer. This level features lots of one-way doors that you need to go through to reach the end. And along the way, there's going to be a lot of evil plants to dodge, but you know, nothing that will stop you on this quest. 2-4 is a very generic level. It contains lots of Koopas, Goombas, and plants, but there's not much to say about it. It's kind of easy actually. 2-Tower is one tall tower, let me tell you. You'll be climbing this one for a long time. You'll be moving on elevators, hanging on ropes, doing wall jumps, jumping on spinning blocks to make your way to the top. And once you reach Junior, well, the fight is going to be the same actually. Ground pound his face a couple of times and he's gonna run away like a pansy. Your biggest enemy in 2-5 is actually the music. Yeah, this level is actually filled with those fake block enemies, and those dudes only move when there's a pa in the song. so make sure to memorize the song if you want to make it to the end without a scratch. 2-6 takes place on a floating platform. There are going to be other platforms bringing in plants on your platform to restrict your moves, and this is quite annoying. I actually felt intimidated by that big plant, not gonna lie. 2-Castle contains lots of spiky balls that kill you in one hit, so watch out. You'll have to jump above those many times throughout the castle, but eventually you'll reach the boss Nicobbq, and defeating her is not very tough. Just aim for her head and do 3 ground pounds and you'll be good. Now typically, defeating a boss as Mini Mario allows you to skip World 3 and go directly to World 4, but I feel like we should play all of the world anyways, so let's check out World 3 first. 3-1 is our first underwater stage in the game, yay! The first part is pretty easy, containing a couple of cheeps, but most of them are not even on your path. The next part does contain this hungry purple fish that seems to be really interested in having a Mario sandwich. Quickly swim to the end of the stage. 3-2 is full of tilting mushroom platforms and many flying Koopa Troopas. And while it is kinda scary at first, remain calm and you'll beat this level quickly. 3-Tower does contain lots of fences you have to climb on to make your way to the top. A lot of those fences contain obstacles like Koopas or those electric ball enemies. Just avoid touching them and you'll soon reach the top. Oh hey, it's Bowser Jr. and he doesn't have any new moves. Alright, see ya! 3-3 is another underwater level. There is not a big fish in this one, but there's even worse. Bloopers. Ugh. These dudes move so fast and they scare me so much. Avoid them and you'll soon reach the pipe that leads to the end. 3-Ghost House is up, and in this one, you need to hit some switches to turn these slopes into stairs. Because of the low gravity jumping mechanic, well, sometimes you'll just barely reach the top on time before the stairs disappear, so watch out for that. 3-Castle is next, and there's gonna be lots of skewers in this one. You really have to watch out as you make your way to the right, as timing is key to avoid turning into a kebab. This final part is particularly spooky, but you still have more than enough time to make it out alive. The boss is this ugly fish dude, and 3 ground pound attacks will do the trick just fine. 4-1 introduces us to those lovely spider enemies. They're not very threatening though, just bounce on them and you'll be good. You'll soon reach our friend Dory, and while she is cool, well, as Mini Mario, we don't actually need to wait for her. We can just bounce from one enemy to another and we'll soon reach the end. 4-2 is full of those purple tilting mushrooms. Just watch out to not fall down and that's it. 4-3 is an auto-scroller underwater stage with a couple of giant eels that want to eat you alive. They are very scary. I mean, look at them. Just avoid them at all costs and you'll reach the end. 4-Tower has some lava that rises underneath you, so no time to waste in here. Watch out for the moving blocks, spikes, and other hazards on your way, and you'll soon reach Bowser Jr. The kid's got some new moves. You can't simply ground pound him anymore because he's hiding in his spiky shell. You now have to wait for him to throw some Koopa shells to then ground pound them and kick them back in his face. This is actually really tricky to do as Mini Mario, because instead of just jumping on the shell, you have to do a ground pound, and the timing is really tricky. After some practice, you'll figure out how to do it right and this fight will be done. 4-4 is filled with wigglers and you'll need to bounce on them to reach the end. 4-Ghost House is an easy stage if you know where to go, because it is actually full of les epic troll doors that bring you backwards. I don't like ghost houses. 4-5 will force you to ground pound some bombs to dig a path through the blocks. Avoid the spinies falling from the ceiling to reach the end. 4-6 is another level with Dory, but this time around, well, we won't be able to skip using her. Just remain on Dory's back and avoid the enemies on the way to make your way to the flagpole. 4-Castle is full of swinging pendulum platforms. Thankfully, the low gravity jumps of Mini Mario will make this castle a cakewalk. The boss is a huge Goomba, and to defeat him, you need to do some ground pound attacks. The thing is, since you are Mini Mario, your attacks are less effective, so it felt like it took 1,000,000 hits to defeat this dude. I mean, come on, just die already, bruh. 5-1 is home of those lovely snow fishy boopkin enemies. Aw, they're so cute! Watch out for those big piles of snow falling down from the trees, because if they fall down on poor Mini Mario, well, he'll be left defenseless and will probably get killed by a Goomba or something. 5-2 is a pretty easy stage. It does contain a lot of spike tops that you'll need to dodge, but that's about it. 5-Tower takes place on an elevator slowly moving up to the top. A lot of spiky balls will start rolling on it and you'll have to dodge them all. Since these things kill you in one hit, well, this stage quickly becomes terrifying, but don't panic and you'll eventually reach the boss, who's super easy as usual. 5-3 is actually quite easy and really fast to clear because there's the mini pipe hiding down there that makes you skip almost the entire stage. Just jump to the flagpole and you'll be done. 5-Ghost House wants you to move up those stairs while avoiding the angry bruisers that will try to punch you to death. Thankfully, these dudes are slow as heck and are pretty easy to dodge. 5-4 is a slow auto-scrolling level featuring those fun mushrooms that go up or down when you're touching them. Avoid the evil bullet bills along the way to make it to the end alive. 5-Castle is filled with conveyor belts and there are lots of piranha plants on those, so watch out and wait for them to fall down before jumping and you'll soon reach the boss, Petey Piranha. Wait for this dude to slam his face on the floor and do a couple of ground pound attacks and you'll be done. 6-1 is a level that does contain a lot of bullet bills, but you can easily bounce your way to the end. 6-2 is a stage where the water level keeps moving up and down. Thankfully, we can run on water as Mini Mario, making this stage a total joke. 6-Tower is a very scary level that contains skewers coming from the side walls. Timing and planning your moves and jumps will be super important if you want to make it out alive. This part here, where you have to move up and dodge skewers, is really tricky and scary as Mini Mario, but it is possible. Ground pound my boy Junior 3 times to clear this stage. 6-3 is a very interesting level because it contains 2 types of blocks that I think never made a comeback in any other games. First off, these ones on the wires that keep shaking left and right, and then those red ones with spikes on one side that force you to time your jumps if you want to collect what's inside. Can we get those blocks in Super Mario Maker 2 in the next update, Nintendo? Please? 6-4 is full of ledges on which you move or hang on to while dodging lots of fireballs. This is a scary level, but it's pretty cool. 6-Tower number 2 starts off with lots of conveyor belts you have to walk on to make your way up. You'll eventually reach this wonderful, epic troll pipe that shoots you back down after you made some progress going up. Wow, so funny, Nintendo. Pff, what a prank. For some reason, at one point, I managed to squeeze through 2 conveyor belts. Weird glitch, but then again, they call him Mini Mario for a reason. Bowser Jr. is actually putting up a real fight, as timing your ground pounds on the Koopa shells on this moving platform is really difficult. I managed to do it eventually after lots of failed attempts. 6-5 is another underwater stage, and this one contains those water tornadoes that will try to pull you down and drown you. Avoid them because if you touch them, it really sucks you down. Get it? In 6-6, you'll be moving up by jumping on those springs and using those pipe cannons. It is a fun yet short level. 6-Castle will ask you to time your jumps on those moving blocks if you don't want to fall down in the lava and die. But that's all about it. The boss is super easy to beat. Just wait for the mole to show its head and do a ground pound attack and voila! 7-1 is a level where you'll be riding some platforms on rails until you get to the end. It is actually a very simple stage. 7-Ghost House has 5 different doors to choose from. It's kind of a maze at first and you'll get lost, but eventually you'll reach the end. In World 7-2, you are meant to hop aboard this lift and slowly move to the top. But here's a bonus challenge for us. Is it possible to make it to the top without using this leaf? Well, at first, it is. There are lots of Koopas and you can bounce super high using them. It is actually possible to get to the very end of the stage, but this final part has too many Koopas on the way, so it doesn't seem like it's possible to clear that final jump. What a shame. Let's just do it the intended boring way then. 7-3 takes place on top of a giant wiggler. Just ride it to the end while dodging all of the enemies and you'll be good. 7-Tower should be called the Tower of Timing, as you'll need to make sure to have the proper timing for all of your moves if you don't want to end up being crushed by those moving blocks. Timing is going to be key during the fight against Bowser Jr. as well, as you have to shoot back his Koopa shell, and with the floor moving left and right all the time, well, timing is quite difficult. 7-4 features tons of bouncing mushrooms and springs, and you'll be using those to make your way to the top and clear the stage. 7-5 contains lots of bullet bills and bombs. Bounce your way to the end and you'll be okay. 7-6 has lots of Koopa Troopas, and you'll need to go in between all of them to get to the end. Sadly, you need to use a secret exit to make your way to World 7-7, and the way to do so is to hit that block to make this vine go up in the sky. The thing is, we have to break this block for it to do so, and we cannot break it as Mini Mario, and thus reaching the sky becomes impossible. Is this the end of this quest? Well, not really, as we can go back in World 7-4 and use the secret exit located on the top left part of the stage. Using this, we'll be able to make our way to the castle. Yay! 7-Castle is a pretty easy stage. Basically, hop aboard the snake block and move with it until you reach the end. That's all there is to this level, really. Defeat Lucky Thunder by waiting for him to come down to attack you, and when he does that, just do a ground pound attack on his head. Easy. 8-1 starts off with those annoying crows enemies. These bad birds fly to the right to then come back and fly at you at high speed. They are super annoying to deal with. Take your time and see where they fly and you'll be okay. 8-2 is filled with those weird enemies that drop underwater mines at you. Avoid them and you'll soon reach the end. 8-Tower is kind of easy, as the main gimmick is the fact that there's a lot of moving platforms. Thankfully, the low gravity of Mini Mario actually makes it way easier. My boy Jr. is pretty dumb, as he can actually hurt himself with his own Koopa shell by throwing it on the wall. What a dum-dum. 8-3 takes place in a cave underwater. Keep using the pipe that boosts your speed to avoid getting eaten by the giant evil eel, and you'll be okay. 8-4 features those spider enemies from before, except now they appear in front of you out of nowhere. This prevents you from running and makes this stage super slow and really tedious. I died many times during my playthrough because I actually wanted to go faster. Just be patient and you'll be rewarded. 8-Castle is not very difficult. Just move on the many platforms and swing on the ropes to get to the end and you will reach Dry Bowser. Just like World 1 Castle's boss, just wall jump your way above this dude and hit the switch to defeat him. Super easy. 8-5 takes place in a cave, and there's gonna be lots of lava bubbles coming out of the lava. There are also some platforms that tilt and fall down when you jump on them, so don't waste any time. 8-6 makes you climb to the top of this cave, and this won't be too difficult if you time your jumps right. Just know that lava is rising underneath you, so be quick to jump and make it out alive. 8-7 contains all sorts of bros. Fire bros, boomerang bros, thick hammer bros. All of these dudes can kill you with a single hit, so be extra careful while dealing with them. 8-8 is pretty scary, as there are tons of hot lava boulders falling down from the sky. Plus, there are those bomb enemies that get ignited and start running super fast when they get touched by the boulders. You'll absolutely have to stay in the bottom part of the screen if you don't want to get hit by a boulder. 8-Tower number 2 is a snake block tower once more. Ride the snake block while dodging the fire poles, the rolling spiky balls, and all of the other spikes and hazards, and you'll reach Bowser Jr. Kick back his shells, ground pound his belly, and you'll be done. 8-Bowser is finally up, and this final castle is really cool, having upside down doors that you can only reach after hitting switches and tilting the entire castle upside down. The final boss is Bowser and Bowser Jr. all at once. To defeat the dynamic duo as Mini Mario, I suggest sending one of Bowser Jr.'s shell back at him and then use a ground pound attack to jump above Bowser and hit that switch for an epic gamer double kill action. And there we go, they are both gone and the princess is finally saved. So, is it possible to beat New Super Mario Bros. DS as Mini Mario? Yes, it is. It is not the easiest challenge ever, but it's not really that difficult. With lots of patience and practice, you'll be able to do it. Thanks a lot for watching this video, I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe and to hit the notification bell to know when the next video comes out. Smash like for more videos in this series, and if you want to join Team BBQ, the best team in the world, click the join button or the link in the description and you'll get your name in the credits like those amazing people over there. Alright, I'll see you in the next one.